Hi everyone. Okay, so making a new day to twilight video. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to start with the sky. Let's do a quick swap. I'm going to have to use the lasso tool to protect the structure. Oh wait, it's twilight, so let's choose a twilight sky. Let's take that one. Okay, so taking the lasso tool and just protect the structure here. Don't need to worry about being too careful with the trees is. Okay, so that's done. So I'm basically protecting. I'm not going to brush below here. So let's just shift control or command and I to invert that selection. Take our brush again and just brush in our sky. So the white structure I needed to protect because it's similar to the sky. The trees are fine. So now let's just choose our, just select your sky layer and then bring up your levels. Make it a bit lighter because when we do a day to twilight, then it's going to the image is going to get darker and so will the sky. So why is my computer working so slow? Yeah, so let's lighten it up first, match it with the image that we have. Something like that. Okay. And now we can flatten this, snap flatten. Snap flatten, for those who doesn't know, it takes a snapshot firstly of your workflow and then it flattens the image. So it saves your workflow in your history there. So I have my workflow still there with my layers and everything, just in case I made a mistake and I can go back. Okay, so next thing that we want to do now is go to manipulation tools and then day alter, day to night. Okay, so we can make this a bit lighter, something like that. And then now we need to make a selection of our windows. This is the part that takes the longest. In the video that I did a few days ago, I didn't use the lasso tool. I did it a different way. But now let me show you guys the lasso tool way, the way that takes longest. This is a very annoying part. But okay, you can decide what method you wanna go with. So I'll just make different versions, different methods, and then you choose what works for you best. Yeah, I'm not actually going to forward past this because I'm not going to edit this video. I'm just going to just upload it as is. Okay, somewhere there. But okay, it's good that you also see how I'm doing the whole selection part as well. So now I just deselect this section. Okay, for the last section now. Yeah, I guess that didn't take too long. Also not doing it perfect. Okay, I just lost it now. Where am I? Okay, there. And now, just this one here. What are the windows above? Okay, there. And I think that's everything. Yeah, that's all. Okay. Now, I did a day to twilight, so this is adding a bit of darkness to the windows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brush on this white mask. I'm going to brush black to remove that darkness in the windows. And now I'm going to click onto the windows mask and then swap it to white. Since it's a black mask, we want to swap to white and then brush in that window. Okay, so now we've added a bit of that warm light inside, but if you feel that you need it a bit more lighter, what you can do is maybe make the brush on 30% opacity, hold control or command down and then just select the mask again. Just create a selection on the mask and then brush, oh wait, sorry, and then click onto the layer and then brush with white to make it a bit more lighter. And then you can play with the opacity. You can change the color. So what, let me just bring this opacity a bit lower again. Something like that. Then then you can play with this as well. How strong do you want that warmth, or you can tone it down. Okay, I think it's fine as is. So yeah, you decide what color you want. You decide how light you want it. And then yeah, then you just do your post processing afterwards. So I'm done with that now. Okay, but this section here, you're probably wondering what's gonna happen with these trees. What you can do with the trees is just try and fade it. So we now want to brush with black to bring back that trees. Just fade this a bit. I don't know, maybe in future I'll have a better way around this, around the trees area. Now you'll see still some of that selection outline there that is on this layer. So we'll use white to remove the remaining lines that you see. So you will see still a bit of the of that warmth going through the trees, but or if you want, you can even use a brush, one of the leaf brushes. What color is that? That should be only black. Make the size a bit bigger. Then you can use the leaves brushes instead. So you're bringing back the detail of the mask, but in the shape of leaves. That way it would still seem more realistic. So you can either use the leaf brushes to bring back that detail here. So it's still using it's still doing the same thing, except the shape is changed. So instead of using the round one, I'm now using the, see, that's all that you're doing. I'm now just using the leaf brushes. So the leaf brushes uses both colors. So that's why just make sure that you have both the same and then brush in. So that's what you can do when you have trees like that. So you'll still see a bit of that warmth, naturally you should, but that's fine. So now on this mask, I'm not even going to bother with using the leaf brush. Now I'm just going to use the normal round brush and brush with white. That's fine, just fade that in, and that's good enough. Now we'll just select our Windows layer again. That's this one here. We'll select that. What you can also do is double click on this layer. You can add an outer glow. This not really necessary, but you can do that if you want to. Add an outer glow to the windows. You can change the color also to a warm. You add that outer glow around the windows. I'm not still going to bother with doing that. So now that I have my Windows layer selected, I'm going to click on window light reflection. So now I have another layer of the windows, but this layer is for the reflection. So I'm holding control down, just dragging on the sides, or drag on different anchors to get what you need out of this layer. So you need to play with this layer, just drag it around, distort it till it looks natural. So I want this window in line with this here, and the same with this side here. So something like that, but bend it a bit. Okay, like that. So now it's a bit blurry. You can adjust the blur on this here. Just double click on the smart filter Gaussian blur, and you can change the blur. I'll leave mine like that. Okay, so what else is there? Some lights. Do we have lights showing here? I don't see any lights here, but let's just put some lights in anyway. Okay, so let's go to the light glow. Let's maybe put one. Let's put one somewhere on top. So click on the lights layer and then just resize your brush to the size of what the light is going to be. You can choose the color for this as well. Change it. Just maybe make a small dot there, and then you can click on the lights glow as well and just go a bit bigger and brighten up a bit. Maybe make the opacity lower, brighten up that light a bit, something like that. And you can add a light glow shape to it. You can drag this little anchor in the middle onto the light, and then you can just rotate this. You can also stretch it, basically make your own shape out of this, and enter. Okay, so where else can we add some lights? Let's click on the lights layer again. Let's maybe put a light here, put on 100 opacity, put a light there, maybe a light somewhere, I don't know, maybe there, another one, maybe somewhere there, and there. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. Okay, so lights glow, No, not 100%. 30 on that layer. Just brush around the light. Now let's add our light glows. Just that one. That's something like that. Just hold Alt or Option and drag that over. Have a duplicate. Okay, so I want to add a mask to this one because I want this one not to shine from here. Maybe a bit here on the inside, something like that. Can duplicate this, make it a bit brighter, bring down the opacity. And now another one. Just drag this anchor point on the light and we rotate this. So you can make this up, something like that. You can hold all Control or Command and then just stretch it out a bit more or change the shape a bit. See how this will duplicate. Okay, when you add a mask to that, no. Let's do this one now. Duplicate that to make it brighter. Add some lights to the pool. So it's our lights layer there. Okay, we can put this now. So let's do one there. One there. Oh, I forgot to drag the anchor point there again, but it's fine. Just do that. And now I'll drag him over. Just duplicate this. Make him a bit smaller. Let's change the direction a bit. And light glow brush. Just brighten up this lights a bit. Ah, I think that's fine. Now let's flatten and then open camera raw. Just tweak it a bit. And done. And yeah, that's about it. Hope this helps, guys. Cheers.